This is one of the most important topics and classes in this section, all about the 10 rules of money. How to make more, how to keep more, how to save more, the whole 9 yards. This alone changed the way you look at money, life, and investing in a whole new way. Honestly, it's one of my favorite subjects and also one of my favorite presentations as well. So let's jump right into it without further ado. And then welcome to this class. Welcome to Money Equals Freedom again. Money Equals Freedom is not only a movement and way of life, but also how life works all together. So then you can probably see we have our real life Money Equals Freedom. And I'm going to break down today the 10 rules of money. Everything in life has rules. From, quantum physics to science, the whole 9 yards, money is no different. There are rules to everything we do, and this is a big part of it. So one of the first ones you can see, you don't know who I am already, you're new to me, you're new to our programs, what we're doing. My name is Jordan Super. I've been featured in countless publications from USA News, Maxim, Real Estate Today, Authority magazines, list goes on, for really showcasing how to make more wealth, helping my clients with their real estate needs, from being homeless off and on to now being a millionaire, more than that pretty soon. I also have one of the top teams within EXP Realty, out of 90,000 agents globally. We've involved over $1.3 billion in volume. My team I run currently about 120 people, and it's worth multiple 7 figures. So I've built a huge business with a huge net worth, thanks to these skills I'm going to teach you on this call as well. I'm also a best-selling author and TV show host. I read tens of millions of people every single month, and I've saved my clients and earned them over 6 figures when it comes to growing their business and growing their wealth. And I hope you do the same thing for yourself as well. This is my best-selling book called Real Estate Secrets, all about how to maximize your marketing endeavors in real estate. We passed the star from Selling Sunset, and we even also right next to Brandon Turner from Bigger Pockets. So this book has been taking over the industry for what it teaches people. I also run one of the top teams, again, like I said before, inside of USA, number 13, number 10 in Texas, number 1 in Austin, Texas. We help people in all 50 states and 24 countries. And this again kind of goes back into the rules of money. And then you can see more. We also a TV show host for my beautiful wife, Melanie Super. We have over 680 subscribers across all the platforms we're part of. From Amazon Prime, HGTV, YouTube TV, Apple TV, Roku, list goes on. We are featured in tons and tons of outlets thanks to our backgrounds in real estate and also business and so forth. And we also got financial freedom within 1 year of learning these techniques and finally more of them actually, about 5 years ago now, probably 4 years ago. So it happened super quickly how fast it can change your whole life. You'll think, man, my life I want to be at. I want to do more. You can. You can do more. And right now, you're not stuck where you currently are. I don't share this with you to brag or to impress you, but to impress upon you. If I can do this, so can you. Because I'm not one of those, lucky few or fortunate people that, are born into greatness, into a great life. You can make a great life from day one. For me, I have super humble beginnings. I actually was born with lead poisoning until I was 6 years old. Now, if you don't know what that means, normally you have lead poisoning, you become mentally impaired for life, or you die. I know, it's crazy. As far as I know, I'm still here, and I'm pretty smart. For context, I had a full ride in college, 4.0 GPA, all honors classes, I was a college club president, and a lot more. I was top of all my classes as well, and tutored pretty much all my peers, despite my upbringing. Now, those stories though, you think, man, can I get any worse than that? Well, that's me too. I was also homeless off and on from 12 to 18. In some ways, like 12 to 22, 21, off and on I was homeless. I was sleeping on benches when the snow outside. I had no direction, I had no support. Both my parents was, not able to really be there for me at the time of my life. So I had to kind of learn on my own. And luckily, I did not give up. And fast forward, many, many years from then, 10 plus years, I had invested over thousands of hours in education about money, about real estate, business, marketing, branding, the list goes on. All the skills that I knew I needed to have in order to be successful. And right now, you being here is a huge achievement. I wish I had this opportunity you have right now when I started off 5, 10 years ago. Even right now, if you're older, this is still good information to have. And I think most people are not, privy to this kind of stuff, so it's too late. Lucky for you over here, that means you still have time. If you're watching this, you still have time. Now, I also invested over 6 figures in education to learn more about business and real estate and financing and money games, the whole 9 yards. Now, again, I'm huge on saying this. You don't have to be an entrepreneur to reap the benefits of freedom, to have more money, to invest more money. Does it help? Sure, but you don't have to. I know tons of people I help personally make an extra 5, 6, plus 7 figures in passive income or net worth through learning these strategies. So if you're working for somebody else, that is totally fine. It can still work for you too. And last year alone, I invested over $60,000 to learn these skills, to learn more about business and about money and so forth. Now, for you guys on this call, you're going to have a way bigger discount to learn these skills that I have to pay a lot of money for to get to where I'm at now. Now, further ado, let's hop into right now. Here are the 10 rules of money. These are the 10 laws I would even add to money. The first one is a big question for you right now watching this. What do you think is the hardest part about building wealth? What's the hardest part about building wealth? Down below or in the group, message up right now. Go in the group, or go down below if you're watching this in the reviews in the news feed. What do you think is the hardest part about building wealth? And after you do that, I want you to look at every single comment that you've seen them, what they're saying as well. I can probably guess. You're probably going to say the hardest part is earning lots of money and or profit. Correct? It seems like a hard part, right? How do I make more money? How do I get more profit? How do I increase my ROI? Which normally, that is great thinking. But here's the truth. That's not quite true. Having more money is definitely key. That's not everything. Now, write down on a piece of paper, you don't have to disclose this to the group, but on a piece of paper right now, write this down. How much do you earn in the last 10 years? And again, don't break out your spreadsheets, don't break out your, W-2s, your returns from your taxes, all that stuff. Estimate. Each year, how much do you earn, you think? You can round up or round down, whichever is easier for you. What do you think you earned in the past 10 years? And there's 2 things I want you to pay attention to after you do this. But take 1 minute now and write down a piece of paper. Year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, and so forth. To year 10, how much did you earn in the past 10 years? I got that down? Now here is the most important question to ask yourself. How much do you have left right now? Right? Is it 0%? Is it 10%? 100%? 200%? Is it more? Or is it negative? I know people that made lots of money 10 years ago, And fast forward today, they're in massive debt. From student debt to loans to credit cards, the list goes on. Now, the next thing I'm going to add to that, I said keep a track on that numbers you see though. Number two, did your income grow every single year? From year 1 to year 10. For most people, it probably did. Especially entrepreneurs. Now this is a key thing. You see that you're making more money every single year, or around the same amount of money every single year. But the big question is, how much of that extra income is going towards assets versus liabilities? It goes back into the whole point of how much do you have left right now? This is super key. This is the number one rule almost in my mind, or mindset you need to adopt when we're thinking about building wealth. Because, fixed mindsets and growth mindsets. A growth mindset is how can I earn more money? How can I invest more money? Whereas the fixed mindset is like, okay, I'm stuck here, this sucks, never gonna work, I'm never gonna leave this job, and so forth. This mindset is a huge, huge part of this. It goes back to this. It comes down to keeping and investing and growing our income. It all comes down to, I said before, you can be a janitor, fast food worker, a big tech job, entrepreneur. Doesn't matter. You can be a huge, huge income earner and still fall prey to this right here. I have tons of friends that make multiple 7, 8+ figures a year in profit who are cash poor because they don't understand this one concept. And investing could be a lot of different things. But right now, you being here is an investment. It's your time or your money and so forth. Investing takes many different forms. It can be from assets to businesses to ourselves to even experiences. They're all investments. Now, there's 3 phases that I've seen when it comes to growing wealth. Number 1 is how to earn more money, how to keep more money, and how to invest more money. If we can learn these 3 phases, we can have a huge empire, more vacations, more time for our families, and so forth. This is imperative to really get down these 3 phases. So here are the 10 rules that I've made to have a royal life. For me, money equals freedom. Life of freedom is the most important part of this. And there are 3 stages that we all need to go through and master when we're doing this. Number 1, this is the first rule. Write this down on a piece of paper. Again, take notes. Use your iPad, use your phone, use a notebook. I don't care. Use something. Because here's the thing. The weakest ink is still stronger than the strongest mind. The weakest ink is still stronger than the strongest mind. Meaning that when you write stuff down, you have a way more retention to it than you would trying to think about yourself. And when you write stuff down, we're more engaged. You have more, stuff going on that have be more concrete for us. So number 1, focus on one clear vehicle or real estate you're watching me for too long to make your first X amount of dollars. Be $50K, $100K, $1 million, $1 billion, up to you. Have that number in mind and circle it. Write it down on a piece of paper. What is your number you want to make in the next 12 months? And the vehicle could be your job. It could be a new job. It could be an industry. It could be a business or a venture. It doesn't have to be, a business. It could be what you want to, or even just real estate investing as a whole. Now, when you do this, here are things to focus on. Every single one of you right now on this call can become a millionaire. I mean that. You being on this call right now, you mean you have the access to information to make you a millionaire, to make you more successful. But it'll never happen if we do a lot of different side hustles. But again, a lot of gurus out there will tell you to do drop shipping and do trading and forex, cryptocurrency and day trading and you name it, house flipping, all these things. Now, those are all great if you do just one of them. Same for your job. Your job is great if you just focus on a job, best we can be at that job and live below our means. More on that pretty soon. This is how you build wealth. It's one focus, not a whole bunch of distractions. You look at Jeff Bezos, look at Elon Musk, look at Mark Zuckerberg, all these super successful people did not have 5, 10, 20 side hustles. They had one business and made it the main hustle or the main job. And eventually it had enough kickback and ROI to put into other things later on. But they're not just doing one thing, not doing a whole bunch of things at once. Just one thing at a time. Single focus. Focus on one thing that you see yourself doing for a long time. And $1 million doesn't get you far in today's economy, unfortunately. But it's also easier to make than ever before. If your goal is $100,000, that's fine as well. Whatever your goal is, you probably need more than that, especially as time goes by. For depreciation values, for inflation, and so forth. Which is why mastering this money game is so important. And again, it does not matter if you're making $5K a year, or $500K a year, or $5 million a year or more. These all apply to you still. So focus on one outlet or platform or medium to get your first big win. It could be, your job, it could be real estate, it could be YouTube, Instagram, whatever case might be, stocks and so forth. Focus on one platform, one medium, and do not deviate from that one. Because it's really, really hard to have massive success if you do two things at once. For myself included, I tried dropshipping, I tried writing books, I tried all these different things, and all my businesses made some money, but not a lot of money. It wasn't until I found one thing, which was real estate for me, being an agent and investing and helping my clients. But now one thing I did, and building a team. That's all I do. And that made me successful. I had one focus. Rule number 2 is to master innovation, investing, and saving. Write this down. Master these 3 things. Innovation, investing, and saving. And honestly, saving is one of the hardest things to do. Now, when you master these 3 skills, marketing and sales as well kind of added to that, you get really good at these 3 things. And if you aren't good at those, that's totally fine. Pay someone who is good at those. Find a CPA. Find an accountant. Hire a family office. Find somebody that can be really savvy with you at these 3 skill sets. And you should know enough of these skills, though, to oversee and manage it as well, and give insights. Your wealth will die if you aren't constantly the best at these 3 things. And innovation, in my mind, in a way, is kind of earning too. So innovation is earning and also finding gaps and finding opportunities. People who invested in Bitcoin, like the twins who almost made Facebook or was part of that Facebook thing, they are billionaires now because they found innovation, but it also turns into earning more income. And they used that innovation to invest the current money they had and then save enough money as well to make that happen for themselves as well. So these 3 skill sets all work together. Saving, investing, innovating, aka also making money, and finding opportunities. And to showcase how opportunities right now always out there, who you are, they're always out there. Here's a little game. Right now, look across your room and see everything in your room that is blue. Okay, scan the room. What do you see right now? It's blue. Okay, now look down. How many things do you see just now that was green? Probably not a lot, right? You know why? because you was focused looking for blue, not for green. That's how life works. Innovation works the same exact way. And opportunities. If I'm looking for opportunities to make more money, to have more connections, to find my spouse, and so forth, what it might be for your story, I won't see those things unless I'm looking for them. Right now, opportunities out there. When I drive through neighborhoods and I see a broken down house, I see opportunity. Like, oh, great. My client or myself can buy this property, rehab it, hold it, and then make cash flow and appreciation or have deductible for more taxes. Or if I see nice homes in neighborhoods, like great, that means if I buy houses in this neighborhood, my clients do, that means that the home value will be higher because this other home is increasing the value for us. These things is opportunities. So you have to become a master at learning the skill of innovation and opportunities. Rule number 3. This is a double, double, double. The rules of doubles. You're so much closer to a higher income than you think you are. A few doubles away. Now, this could be $1 million. It could be $100,000, $10,000, $1,000. It works the same exact way. For easy math, this is my diagram here. This is $1 million. If I earn $1 million and I double that $1 million, I have 2. Then do it again, I have 4, then 8, then 16, then 32, 64, $128 million, 256, 512, and 1 billion. I'm just doubling my income, my wealth, my net worth every single month, week, year, decade, doesn't matter timeline, just aim for doubling that. And when you do that, you can see I made more money in year 3 than I did in my first 2 years together, combined. If I combine my year 3 with my 4th year, which is 8 million or 800K or what it might be for you, I still made more in the past 3 years. This will follow to happen more and more over again. I'm gonna make more money almost combined in a single year. So your income is gonna grow so much so quickly that doubling to the next point comes easier. You have more resources, more connections, more knowledge. These things add up as well and also double for you too. So doubling, double, double. Each year, set a goal to double your wealth and income. Now, when you double your income and your wealth each year, this is classified as hyper growth. Meaning that, it's really hard to do. If you do that, you're like one of the best people out there at wealth management. It is realistic, and you can do it. Just don't make sure you break everything. If you go too fast, from like tripling every single year, you're going to grow too quickly. You become over leveraged, you have not enough support, and so forth. Doubling is the threshold to aim for. Does it always happen? No, but to aim for that, you can still maintain what's going on and manage it. Use your current money to double. If you know how to make 10K become 20K, you do it every single day. And 20K to 40K, same thing. And it's not as hard as you think. You can do it way, way easier than you think you can. And more than that pretty soon. And then reverse engineer the KPIs, the key performance indicators you need to do for ad spend or for investing or for your exposure, for the expense that you need to double every single year. And think outwards, 1, 3, 5, 10 years. Again, wealth is a long-term game. Most gurus out there are going to tell you can become rich in 30 days. In 30 days, you become a millionaire. That does not happen. You cannot do that. More often than not. Does it happen? Sure. Some people would do that happen. From $0 to $1 million. That is possible. But more often than not, your goal should become rich and wealthy for sure. Not maybe. Not if you get lucky. But for sure. And the way to do that is to aim for this long-term thinking. It could take you 6 months to a year to 5 years to have a huge play you're looking for. For me, the longest time I was wishing I could make, 10K a month when I first started off almost a decade ago. And now I can do that in my sleep. Literally, passive income has been higher than that in a day for me. But it took me a decade to get there. A whole decade to get to that point. Keep that in mind. It'll take a long time to do it, but I think it's worth it. To have that FU money. That at one point in time, if you work a job right now, you say, hey, you know what? I'm done working here. I'm going to just do more of this. That's my full-time thing, which is totally fine. Or say, hey, I love my job. I'm going to stay here and do more of this. That's also fine. There are no rules to how you live your life, but there are rules to money. This is one of them. And then, like you saw my last slide, after a few years, it's really exciting how fast it grows moving forward. Again, it's compound growth. This is the 8th wonder of the world, based on Warren Buffett. Word number 4, understand what currency really means. This one right here changed my life and my mindset. I think about it all the time. It's that powerful. Write this down. Take a picture if you need to. Understand what currency really means. Currency comes from the Latin word curri, which means to run or to flow. Curri. It's all it is. To flow, to run. Money, currency is a flowing thing. It's always moving. It's kind of like you're swimming on a bank. Currency equals current. Flows like an ocean. If I want to escape the flow of a huge tide, I go to the sides. Because the waves are bringing me back and forth. Back and forth. It's just flowing in and flowing out. And always more. There's never a lack of it. You're not losing none of it. So if I'm making, 50K, 100K, 200K plus, I want to pull that back out to some degree. In layman's term, as easy as possible, it takes money to make more money. Not always, but more often than not. It kind of says that it has to flow. It has to be a change of hands. So here's how I can really break it down for you. The word currency equals current. At the beginning, we all focused on hitting a cash balance in our personal accounts. Mine was $500,000 to $1 million. That was my goal, to have that much money in my bank account. But this is a broker, upper class, or even millionaire mindset, not a billionaire mindset. Again, you don't have to become a billionaire, but to think like one will change how you think about wealth and money and riches. Because cash, money, needs a home or a purpose. Saving is great. I love to save. You should have a 3 to 6 month reserve in your personal account. You have a business to be even larger for your employees as well. But again, I have friends that told me they spend like $1 million a month on their payroll, just on the payroll for their employees. So they had $6 million saved up. That's only 6 months, not accounting for other things as well. So you need to have a huge reserves, which is a purpose. Money is saved for a purpose. That's my goal there. Now, for my personal balance, though, if I want to have money saved up, is it for a purpose? Will I use that money to buy assets after X amount of months or years? Am I saving up for a complex, or for a new house, or for more stocks? Am I saving up for a safety net, for vacation? What's the purpose behind the money? That is how people think we're on the high levels. It's all about purpose. I have relatives that saved up $1 million. This is like 3 generations ago. Saved up $1 million, and by the time the next generation got it, they all spent it. I never saw it in my mom. No, my family, next generation afterwards, saw the income. Because they saved it up, never used it, lived a super modest life. Next generation after taxes, blew all the money super fast, and it was gone. Because it had no purpose and it was not being used correctly. So savings for savings' sake is not a good use of time. Now, wealthy people focus on cash flow, monthly and yearly, not savings accounts. They focus on cash flow and or equity appreciation. At some point in time, if you're super successful, your cash flow means nothing. It's more like, how can I do big plays? But for today's call, cash flow is king. So focus on building systems that brings in you 5, 10, 50, 100, 200K a month of new cash flow. And then use that money at the ocean to deploy it to make you more money. Write this down. This is the most important concept. Live off of your passive income. Live off of assets. And then use your active income from your job, from your businesses, and so forth to buy more assets. And then scale from there. If your passive income makes you 2, 3, 5, 10, 20, 100K a month, then your lifestyle should fit that criteria. And then your active income from your jobs and other things you do should be used to either buy more assets or to bankroll your business. And that way you're always safe. Write that down. It's going to be key for you. Rule number 5. Don't follow cash, follow cash flow. This is all about creating an asset, not a job. Some of you already have jobs. That's great. I love jobs. So great. But you want more jobs. You want to have that one job you already have and make an asset for yourself. Different from stocks, real estate, businesses, and so forth. And businesses, in some cases, is not a job. You buy a business that already has employees in place, and you just have more income coming to you. Obviously, you need more skills as well to kind of manage that. It's not like real estate so much. Because real estate is a lot easier to manage than businesses, and more stable too for the long term. You also make sure you take your passive income and take your active income and put it back into passive income. Again, active income into passive income. The rich live off of active income, like I just said, and the wealthy live off of passive income. Rule number 6, understand the tax game again. I know this whole program is about money equals freedom, teaching money. Again, I am not a financial advisor or a tax specialist. This is all my own knowledge, what I've done for myself personally, my mentors, my friends, how we currently live our lives. Again, I was homeless off and on from 12 to 18, and I'm a multimillionaire because I understand this processes. So definitely talk to a tax accountant if you need to. Also a financial advisor, like the tax game. This is not legal advice. But with that being said, this is how I think about my taxes. Money goes back into the business, my investments, my assets, money into cash flowing investments like complexes, houses, buildings, stocks, something that pays me dividends, mutual funds, hold on yards, and I use these two things to buy my assets for me, to buy my toys for me, buy my Gucci bags if you want those things, to buy your cars, to buy the vacations. Use your assets to pay for your, luxury goods. And when you do that, this will give you a huge leg up to having more peace of mind. And if you don't understand the tax game, you will lose out on 40% of your net worth every single day, or at least year or month. This is why doing things like 1031 exchanges or buying a home and forcing depreciation to offset your taxes. There are so many ways to avoid paying taxes. Think about, Donald Trump. He paid like $40 last couple of years ago on his taxes. $40. He made millions. You know why? He knows the tax game. So if it's not a deductible, don't buy it. It probably won't grow your business, your assets, or your wealth. Most of your income should go on tax deducting initiatives, and they grow your wealth every single year. Buying artwork is a tax deductible initiative. I can write off that taxes if I want to. I could buy a piece of artwork for $1 million and donate that artwork to a charity, and then I can write off the whole thing for myself. There are so many ways to have huge tax write-offs. Again, though, tax game is for high incomes. You still avoid taxes as you climb the ranks, but more often than not, this is going to be a more advanced thing to do. But keep this in mind. Items that aren't a tax write-off, like your dead money or stupid purchases. So the fun items you buy them with passive income. You can buy a new car, again, new purses, new bags, new so forth. That is not an asset. So buy it with passive income. Rule number 7, find cash flowing investments to live off of. This is the rule. Remember to treat your money like the ocean and buy and build a predictable system where the tide comes in and out on a daily or monthly basis. For example, I saw my friends recently, actually today, and he was talking about how he has a huge fund right now and he's making investments from. So his friends that he knows are putting money into his fund that he has to help them make more money, or 13% cap rate, which is amazing. Now, one of his friends said, hey, I can't decide to invest, $200K, $250,000 into your fund or to buy a cheaper car. And he said to him, let me ask you a question. How much would you spend every single month on this car for your insurance and car payments? So I don't know, pay all cash for it. I know, but just for fun, how much would you pay for that? He said, I don't know, probably $1,800 a month. Let's say $2K for easy math. That means if you spent $2K a month on this car, he lost all his principal he just had of $200,000 for no reason, for a car that's going to lose half its value as soon as he drives off the lot. So he said instead, you know what? Let's do the math. If you invest in my fund at $200K, $250,000 at that same price point, 13% cap rate, you'd make around $2K per month in passive income. You now use that passive income to buy for that car you want. That's a supercar, Lamborghini, and so forth. And you still have that huge asset that you just moved your money elsewhere. It's still in your balance statement though, so you still own this. You still part your vehicles, and you have the money now coming to you too. So again, think about that. He has a supercar. He still has his money as well on top of that in a safe place, making him more money every single year, paying him dividends monthly. So use your passive income to buy your active lifestyle. You use the influx wisely. The systems, investments, new initiatives that creates the cash flow and revenues. And remember, I said to me a long time ago, my goal is to earn 10K before 30 in passive income. Now I can do that. But it took me a while to get there. Again, this is not a 1 month thing. I'm not teaching you guys how to get rich quick. I'm teaching you how to get rich quicker, but how to get rich for sure, which is the most important thing. How can you become wealthy and rich for sure? There's so many gurus out there teaching people pipe dreams, and that is me awful. I've been down that road myself for a long time. That's why I'm so passionate about this and teaching you how to make more money, how to invest your money, how to grow that money and your income as well over time. Rule number 8, core revenue streams. Every successful person has a safe income stream once they reach a certain level. So entrepreneur, person, doesn't matter, it could be your job. It's a safe income stream. Again, mutual funds is safe. A job is safe more often than not. Real estate is safe more often than not. By having the safety net of income coming in, which is why I think having a job is great, so you have that kind of asset in a way to fund your business, to fund your investment, to fund your life while you grow your skills and your income and your wealth. So don't quit your job too soon. I think I think it's crazy people say quit your job and make a business or try and invest in real estate and other things like that. One, to buy homes, you need 2 years of tax returns and stable income. So you can definitely keep your job, but you can do that. Now, this allows you, though, to take more risk. If you know you have money coming in every single month that's predictable, you can then use that money to make more bigger risk. Like for me, I have a son coming pretty soon, probably any day now, honestly. It's like super soon, and I can take more risks. I know I, one, have the skills to make more money, and two, have passive income that pays for a lifestyle. So, for example, I make enough passive income every single month that will pay for my life. If I shut down my websites, my other businesses, fire my staff, my websites and stuff like that, I'm still earning income because I've made small investments, my time and or money. The safe money pays for the foundation of your machine, for the recurring revenues, recurring customers, baseline sales, long-term contracts, and wealth. This is the key though. This allows you to then focus on new initiatives for new higher risk deals and ideas that may bring to the next level. Again, you should have probably 5 to 10% of your wealth allocated towards these huge bets that if they bank on you or go bust, you don't mind. You don't mind because you have enough capital still to take care of you and your family for your life afterwards, which is super important. Make sure that you have enough capital that sustains your family and your lives, have enough income on top of that to make big bets. You only need one home run. One home run will change your whole life. But until then, get some bases going on. Aim for a base, aim for a slide, aim for a walk if you need to. Don't always go big. Have safe plays. The worst thing you can do is to look back 5, 10, 20, 40, 50 years from now, like, man, if only I listened to Jordan and said, you know what, this play is safe. Let's not take huge bets. Let's go small. Let's make it happen for sure, not by chance. Because I know for myself, if I was more, conservative back in the day, I'd be way more successful now. I had a whole plan moving forward. I took big bets, and luckily it paid off for me, but it's not always the case. Rule number 9 is allocation of funds. Write this down, guys. Every single one. Allocation of funds. So when you're building your business, understand your life, your investments. Understand this. Allocation of funds between your assets, personal to balance, and cash flow. Hyper growth, long-term growth, gains from taxes and risk. These are all super important. So break out your income into these sections, like a budget. Again, you probably seen me already. We have a whole budget calculator for you guys, a little tracker for you can use for yourself that we use every single week. It helps us so much for our business and for our life, and understand where we're going 5, 10, 20, 50 years from now, 100 years from now. Long-term thinking. How a budget. Number 1, operating costs. How much does it cost to operate your life or operate your businesses or your assets? Investments in coaching. Again, I spent $60,000 last year alone for a coach. You being here is investing your time and money to be here. You should always have a spot for this. Be around people who are doing more than you or have an ideal that can help you. Even one little nugget can change your whole life. Growth money. This is stocks, real estate, funds, partnerships, and so forth. These are safe bets. I know if I spend $1 million into a portfolio of real estate, I should make 10% back. It's $100K back every single year, not including my appreciation or depreciation for tax purposes. That's how you think about your life as well. How can I spend more money for guaranteed growth? And for real estate, I say this before a lot, you can never sell your real estate, you can always keep it. It's supposed to be a long-term investment. Same for stocks. Warren Buffett does not buy stocks to sell it. He buys it and he knows if you hold it long enough, it will work for you. Same for real estate. Every 10 years, you're almost guaranteed to have a huge uptick in valuation for it. High risk. This is throwaway money. This is cryptocurrencies and altcoins and so forth. These are things that are not guaranteed. Does it work? Yeah, it definitely works. I know people that have made $1 million in like an hour by buying some altcoin. But it's not always guaranteed. And a lot of people too lost a lot of money, more than that, in the same time frame by buying the wrong stuff. This is like gambling. But again, you should have 5 to 10% of your funds in that quadrant. And you have personal living and experiences. You have a budget that is just for your life. And what we do, despite our big income, is that we actually give ourselves a, not an allowance, but a salary. So every single month, I pay for a salary for us from our businesses, from our investments that funds our life, personal living, and experiences. And now I know it's allocated properly. Give you 10%, 20, 30, 50%, it's up to you how lavish a lifestyle you want. But again, for me, I rather live below my means, or not as lavishly for long as I want to. In the beginning, have a much better lavish life later on. Again, you saw before the double games. It doubles, it grows. Later on, 10% is a lot of money. Even 1% is a lot of money in some cases, depending on how you take this. So allocate your funds properly. Have a safety net. And also have operating costs as well for taxes. So you work a job, your taxes are already paid for, thanks to your job. But if you're an entrepreneur like I am, my taxes are like 40% if I don't do the tax game correctly. So I allocate a huge tax bucket as well into my funds too, part of my allocation. And then rule number 10, this is the golden rule here. Live like you're broke. This is key. Have to go all in and keep investing money you have for big play out one day. If I live like I'm broke, I can't do that. Now, don't put all your money in them. It says to do that, and it is solid advice. At some point, if you have a lot of capital, you can do that. Your passive income pays for everything, but you don't ever want to risk your empire or your castle for a pot of gold. Let that sink in. Never risk your empire or your castle for a pot of gold, or even for a cave of gold. If you lost it, be okay with that. Have enough money you can lose it and still be okay. And then again, I talk about compounding revenue. It grows way faster than you think. Compounding growth is key. And then I always put my money back into my businesses, investments, and ad spend and so forth. I will have a hard time spending money on restaurants, on trips, and cars and nicer homes, and all these things, because to me, it's a waste of money. I don't want to spend a lot of money on a car, at least not yet. I'd rather spend my money on a new employee, on more investments, and more other things that will grow my money for me. I won't even blink. Say, hey, it's gonna cost you 20K. Great, here you go. Take it. I'd much rather spend that money on growing my business and growing my net worth and growing my wealth, my knowledge. Good. I spent 60K last year. Didn't really blink about it. It was a lot of money, but okay, let's do it. Let's make it happen. But I would not spend that same amount of money on a new car or a new bag or new toy. For me, that's not worth it. It's depreciating. So have that mindset. And then don't get comfortable. Never ever get comfortable. I see so many people get to a point where the passive income does pay for their life and is kick back and relax. And assets can break and it can fall apart. That is a possibility. And the last thing you want to do is get comfortable and stop growing. And one day, oh man, now what do I do? I have nothing to live off of. You don't want that. Never get comfortable. Always try and get more assets, get more skills, more knowledge, more wealth, more income, more cash flow. These things are imperative to have massive success in your life. Never stop growing. Once you stop growing, you start dying and shrinking. You don't want that. And then build those influx of cash flow strategies and keep using that money to fuel the next phase. And rinse and repeat. And before long, your levels are even higher. In the beginning, you might think, wow, I made $1,000 this month. That's amazing. Later on, like, man, I made $100K this month, and it's not enough. Crazy, right? It's huge. But to some people, it's not a lot of money to make up a month. So you should always be growing. But if you grow, your income, your lifestyle will go with it. Lifestyle creep is bound to happen. Alright, those any questions, guys, about this topic inside the group, go there right now, ask me questions. We're happy to help you out. We're here for them. I want to see you become rich and wealthy, and most importantly, free. From money, financial freedom, and also time freedom. It only happens with money. With understanding these 10 rules and laws of money as well. Now, as always, you guys, this is your time. This is the time to build your empire, to have money, give you the freedom that you deserve. And as always, thanks for being here, guys. Here's the rule of life. Here's the money equals freedom. We'll see you on the next one. Make sure as well to bring your friends with you to watch this. Who do you know that could also need help building wealth as well? Invite them to join this club with you. Join this movement with you. At the end of the day, it's way easier to have accountability with your friends, your spouses, and so forth. So take this to somebody else as well. Bring them with you, invite them to join the movement, and build our wealth together, and a life we all deserve. I'll see you guys at the top.